when we speak about giving back, when we speak about doing things like that, there was, you know, there's several movements, man, like I say, that you're responsible for. But one in particular that a lot of people don't really factor in is the Atlanta movement, man. Like when you moved to Atlanta, man, like what was your influence there that was, you know, that I won't say that made it significant or relevant, but what was
a story now. Everybody like Too Short, East Oakland, all this stuff. The story is, I was born in LA. When I finished 9th grade, I moved to Oakland. But before I ever moved to Oakland, 1 year of my life, we went and lived in Atlanta. At 1 year, that was like half of 7th grade, half of 8th grade. That's the time of my life. I was playing instruments. I was in a band, you know. My brother Wayne Loke was playing basketball. He was in a band. We were like, we became a part of something really fast. And I had a love for Atlanta, but that was, you know, I'm 49 right now, about to be 50 any day, bro.
Any day, bro.
and that was that time in Atlanta in the late 70s when supposedly Wayne Williams, but somebody was killing little black boys, and I was there. And I didn't have this conversation with my mama, but just put yourself in her shoes. Somebody's killing little black boys. We from California, and we live out here right now. Let's get the hell out of here.
Get out of here. Yeah, right.
So we went back home, and you know, fortunately we did that, because I don't think my story would have been the same if that didn't happen and we would have stayed there. I think we would have, you know, it would have been, I would have been music, but it would have been Too Short.
Right.
So we get back on the West Coast, and you know I'm high, right?
For sure. But this one it come out. This one is story, because I never knew that. Like, I'm a Too Short historian, and I never knew that from 7 to 8 you moved to Atlanta. So you feel me? This is like chronologically this game right here, baby.
Right. So I'm trying to think of the point I was trying to make to you about how I tie all this shit in.
How you went back to Atlanta. You was like, if I'm gonna go anywhere else.
Right. So I get to the point where, you know, I'm about to go out to Atlanta, right?
Right.
After the town got wild,
town get crazy
with all the violence and shit, and I get to Atlanta, and that little connection from that one little year, I'm meeting people as soon as I get there. Nigga, we went to school together. I look up a couple people I knew about. I'm just like, I'm connected as soon as I get there. So Atlanta was like,
and at this time you already platinum records. You got a few platinums under your belt.
People know, yeah. I'm just like 6 platinums.
Six platinums
on the
under
way.
your belt.
So everybody knows a little bit about Too Short, blah blah, this and that, but niggas don't know that when I got to Atlanta, that I was already hooked up.
Right.
And when I got there, even niggas I didn't know, I met some niggas like Spearhead X from Decatur, who took me around and took me through the real ATL. I wasn't like moving through. I wasn't moving through what an entertainer would do. We was in the motherfucking joints where niggas like, who is you? Like, nigga, you know, like okay, and niggas got used to me, and I was there. So as the music scene started developing, we talking about 1993, early 94. There was no Outkast. Atlanta was, Dallas Austin was doing this thing with TLC. He hadn't did Monica yet. It wasn't much yet. It was Jermaine Dupri had did
Crisscross.
He was just about to do Crisscross. He hadn't done that yet. He was he had did like a group called Silk Times Leather or something. He had something, I don't know what it's called. It was like R&B group or something. And
had to be from Atlanta to know.
L.A. Reid was the big dog from day one.
Right.
He had Tony Braxton, Tony Rich. It wasn't a lot, you know. It wasn't a lot going on.
Right.
And then Bobby Brown was living out there. MC Bree got there a little bit before me.
Right.
Rest in peace, MC Bree. That's my guy. And who else? Eric Sermon had got there. So that's how me and Eric Sermon's tight, because we showed up in Atlanta early. So basically, the scene that L.A. Reid was building was just about to start. It was brewing, and it was just about to start. L.A. Reid's the kind of guy who he would shoot all these plays to Dallas and Jermaine as producers, and whoever else is hot in the town. He was feeding the whole system.
Right.
So I get there and it's like, it's about to be Outkast, it's about to be Goody Mob, it's about to be all this good shit. I'm right there, man. I'm right fucking there, all up in it. And I feel like, you know, if you take a look at it, it's all up. I mean, look at the Outkast first album. I mean, you know,
the influence was there.
I read the interviews where you like you ask a guy like Dre 3000, you know, what was you into on his first album?
Too Short.
He was like, oh, man, we bumped that Too Short, we bumped that, what we into, you know? They put the pimp hat on, he like, you know, I'm feeling it.
Southern Playalistic.
I put a lot of influence out there with the guys like Pimp C, guys like Snoop Dogg, guys like Ludacris, guys that were really motivated. The list goes on.
Right.
Like, it's like, what is your, if hip hop is a tree, what's your branches? And I'm not saying anybody was cut from my rib or something. I'm just saying that
you got a lot of branches and leaves out
influences
there.
though,
for sure.
And I made some shit that motherfucker sat at home was like, man, I ride in their car like, it's gonna be like, this nigga short, man. Like, this shit was real game.
For sure.
You talk to T.I. and he'll tell you, nigga, he was a little nigga, not yet quite the rapper,
right,
but a little nigga trying to get some money on his corner, hustling. And here comes Short Dog all the time, pulling up to the barbershop at the shopping center, you know.
Yeah.
Cali nigga was living in Atlanta, whipping up some big ass shit. This nigga like, I know I got flow. I'm out here hustling, grinding, like I know who I am.
Right.
To be like, that nigga.
For sure.
You know what I'm saying?
You was one of the only features on his first album. First album.
I was the only platinum feature.
Yeah, like, platinum feature. Yeah, that was the Arista album that he put out.
KP hooked that shit up.
Yeah, for sure.
So it's like, it just, things were happening, man. I would go to So Def, because we all clicked up. Like I said, Spearhead X was my guy. He was Rowdy Records, which was Dallas Austin's label.
Right.
Then everybody was family. So I'm up walking through the offices of So Def. I'm at Jermaine Dupri's house, all this shit. Lil Jon was a Jermaine Dupri employee, a So Def employee.
That's crazy.
He was A&R. He was doing production on the So Def Bass All Stars with the the booty shake music and shit. Shorty Swing My Way and all that. All that shit. So I used to see Lil Jon around DJing. And when Lil Jon DJs to this day, and back then, when he DJs, it's like a fucking show.
For sure.
He does it right. The music drop. He say something, bam. Like when he DJs,
yeah, it's perfect. I seen it.
The fucking crowd is like in it with him.
Right.
And a lot of DJs get the crowd in it with the music. He get you in it with the music and the words.
Yeah.
So I was like, this nigga got something. I used to sit back and watch Lil Jon at parties, nigga. Like I'm on the hose and doing my thing. I'm watching this nigga raw. Like nigga, this nigga like Jermaine Dupri is an artist, producer, but this nigga's raw.
Right. And
he made a song that as a rapper you gotta take notice. The nigga made a song. It ended up being many years later. That was the row. No, it was the row ice cream.
Oh yeah.
But what's that song?
Ice cream paint job.
So that's Lil Jon's song. Who you with? Who you with? Get crunk. Who you with?
That same beat. Yeah.
And the only reason why I know that is because I wanted to rap on that beat back in the day.
Right.
That's how I met Lil Jon. I woke up on him one day. The nigga had a hit record with no raps. A rap song with fucking Chan. Get low to the flow.
Yeah,
get low.
That
fucking was saying.
Boy.
Like it was just a song that was rocking in the club. That didn't have no motherfucking bars.
Just all chance.
And I just walked up to him one day. I didn't know him like that. I've been watching him. I've been knowing that he was a raw as DJ. I didn't know how much of a producer he was or nothing. And I was like, dude, that song you got, we need to do a remix with me spitting bars. Like, let me get some verses. He was like, Lil Jon, always been outspoken, never fucking takes your idea into consideration. Barely. A lot of producers are like that though.
Right.
Barely, I'll hear you, but I already know what I want to do. That's what they say. Right. So he's like, he's like, that song, oh yeah, let's do some new shit. And the new shit couldn't be a better player.
And that's my favorite, one of my favorite songs, man. You couldn't be a better player than me.
Now I don't give a fuck if you fuck the richest bitch on earth. You could be a gigolo and couldn't get more work. Cause I'm a player from way back, taught by the best. No hated to say that I was short like the rest of y'all. Half-stepping little dick, wanna be big willies. You got a bad case of the sillies. In the studio you make believers. In real life you're more like the Cape Crusaders. Rushing to the scene to save the hoes. Every time they come across them crazy folks, you cuff them, hurry up and get them to safety. But sooner or later, the bitch gotta face me. Cause I put the game down from the start. And you ain't nothing but a dumbass mark. Do your thing and watch me do mine. Get the bitch on the phone and let's see who's lying, nigga. What?